Hello and welcome to your daily bite of the Victorian Spring Racing Carnival as we continue our look at the richest weight for age race in the Southern Hemisphere, Saturday's $3 million Tatts Cox Plate. This is Helmet, the $20 million colt owned by Sheikh Mohammed's Darley. This strapping chestnut 3-year-old is the favourite for the Cox Plate, thanks to his scintillating win in the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas last start. Now meet Sincero. He costs just $8,000 as a yearling. And while it's fair to say he's worth plenty more than that now, this 4-year-old gelding would have been considered highly unlikely to have ever crossed paths with a horse like Helmet. But that's what the Cox Plate does. It brings horses, owners and trainers from all different backgrounds together for a crack at a race that can change lives.
So you think first?
I've been to 5 of the last 6 Cox Plates, so it's a bit of a buzz to be on the other side of the fence.
Steve Farley is a knockabout trainer from Wyong and Country, New South Wales. And with Sincero, he's taking on the Sheikh. Together, they won their first Group 1 in the Stradbroke Handicap in Brisbane. And since then, another Group 1 has followed in the George Main Stakes in Sydney. Now Sincero is in as an outside chance in the plate, and Steve is enjoying the experience of a lifetime.
He's done very, very well. Couldn't be more happy with him last week. He's come through all his work very, very good. He looks sensational in himself. His blood come back perfect last week, so we just got, hopefully this week can we tick the boxes.
Steve owes his association with Sincero to the gelding's humble half-brother, Zarzus, winner of 4 restricted races in 34 starts.
He actually trained his half-brother called Zarzus out of the mare Yours As Always, and a few of the owners spotted this horse. He was purchased at the English Classic Sales in Sydney for a measly $8,000, and just goes to show that any people out there can get into racing for a small purchase. Christmas time last year we knocked back that $1 million offer. It was $1 million for the horse and $100,000 for myself, so he's been well sought after, but thank God for the owners that they've kept him.
Win or lose on Saturday, Sincero and Steve Farley will be around together for a good while yet. Ironically, Peter and Paul Snowden won't be able to say the same thing about Helmet. Sheikh Mohammed will be campaigning his 2 Australian star 3-year-olds, Helmet and sprinter Sepoy, overseas next year. So there's a chance the Cox Plate might even be the last race Helmet has for the father-son Snowden team.
It's something that's got to be spoken about after spring. Obviously, Sheikh Mohammed's coming over, and we already spoke about that when Dad went over in July. We're doing our job because that's what we're to do, is it's to produce these horses and to get them on the world stage, and hopefully they can retire to stud and be top stallions.
The Darley team are humble and conservative, but they are finding it hard to mask their confidence, even though Helmet has drawn wide in barrier 11.
As confident as you can be leading into the a major race of the Australian turf. So we've ticked a few boxes thus far. We just need to tick one more on Saturday. He's got the tactical speed to be somewhere on the speed, but it all determines sort of how fast they're going out straight the first time, and where Kieran can envision him seeing himself there. So maybe outside the leader, 3 might be 1-1. Who knows?
Helmet is favourite, just ahead of New Zealander Jimmy Chu. But bookmakers are no longer seeing it as a match in 2, with yesterday's star worker at the Valley rekindled interest, the subject of an overnight plunge, to be clear-cut 3rd favourite. And the other big news today was the Geelong Cup, with the favourite, the Lloyd Williams Melbourne Cup hopeful Tanby. International interest centred on the Australian debut of French horse Dunedin and the last-ditch bid by 2008 Geelong Cup winner Bauer to make the Cup field.
Perfect Picks leads Tanby. Dunedin's coming with a magnificent run down the centre, and he went to them in one stride. The French horse trying to do American. He raced to the front now from Tanby. It's Dunedin in front of Tanby. Show cause and back in black. Dunedin leads the way, and the French do it again. Dunedin won the Cup from Tanby. And what about Bauer? He was brave late.
It's been a long plan, hasn't it, Bob McHale, to get here?
It's been probably 4 or 5 months in the making, yeah. And the idea was, when they first got in touch with me, was to come here fit, run in Geelong Cup and straight into the next 2 weeks. Yes.
McHale, a disciple of Alain, and just following the Masters' plans of last year.
Exactly, why not?
And on that note, our time is up. But we'll be back tomorrow for another bite from the Victorian Spring Racing Carnival.